I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club.
Welcome back.
I feel like we were just here.
It really feels like we just did this.
Mercury retrograde, people.
I can't.
I know. But today we're going to be talking about...
Why are you like this?
Cancer, Sun, Sagittarius Moon.
Yes.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
And before that, a card pull.
Card pull. A card pull.
A card pull.
A card pull.
A card pull.
This cannot malfunction. Cards cannot malfunction.
That's true.
You know.
Well, if you don't like what you pulled, maybe you'd be like, the cards malfunctioned.
Yeah, we've heard that many times.
Yeah, I have heard that a lot. Maybe even to my own self. But
I'm like, ew, that was weird.
I can't believe that one just fell out. It was odd.
That was silly. I'm going to re-pull.
Yeah, just kidding. I wasn't ready.
You get like a very similar one. The universe is like,
That's what always happens, you know. When you try to like revise your card pull, you just get the same card or a similar card.
Yeah.
Or you get a card even meaner than the first one.
It's like, bitch, I told you.
Yeah, literally.
Now I'm about to tell you again.
I know. So, all right, let's see what we have now. Getting this bottom one.
Ooh.
I am at home in my body.
We've pulled this card before.
I like this, though. It's always a good message.
It is a good message.
Yeah.
Especially for retrograde, because, like, just returning back to that and not, right? Like, I am at home within my body.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about, like, everything else that is just going crazy.
See, I love that take on, like, we've talked about retrogrades so much, right? And not to take too much of a detour, but just to say, like, sometimes retrogrades can feel like things are coming back at you and you're just kind of like, oh my God. And we talk about how to be prepared for that and so on. But I love the idea of using it to like return to yourself, like intentionally.
Yes.
I love that. Yes.
And to feel safe in it. And
yes. And retrogrades are about looking inward too. And I think sometimes we forget that part. So anyway, I love that. And I love this.
It's a good card. It's a good one.
Super sweet and good.
Thanks,
I think it
universe.
also kind of connects with at least half of our subject today.
Definitely half. Definitely half.
Or maybe both halves in some way. Anyways,
Yes.
we're doing Why Are You Like This?
Yes.
Which is a little series that we came up with a while back. And it's been pretty popular.
Yeah.
We take a sun sign and a moon sign combination and we talk about it, right? And I think the reason it's popular is that you don't see a lot of content where that's what's happening.
Right.
And it's not a personal reading still, of course.
No, it's still not. No.
But it's a little more of a unique take on how energies combine in one individual.
And they might be, somewhat challenging energies.
Oh, yes, correct. I mean, I guess maybe eventually we would cover all of them, but we're really starting with ones that we kind of feel like maybe have some challenges or even some hidden challenges.
Yes. I mean, we all have challenges, but...
Well, true.
But yes, and we talk about it, and we usually end up just loving the combo anyway.
Yes, because I think there's challenges and there's a lot to love in most signs, most people, most combinations.
Absolutely.
Once you get to know. So, okay, let's start. What are your first thoughts here?
So when I first was jumping into this, I was like, okay, this is going to be a lot. Like, this combination is a lot. And then as I was sort of like exploring the different energies and the placement of them, I'm like, it is a lot, but it's almost like the best of both worlds of a combination.
Yes, and I think where you're getting that from is something that I also thought about, which is the sun is fire.
Yeah.
And the moon is water.
Yes.
And then Cancer is a water sign.
Yes.
And Sag is a fire sign. And so it kind of creates this X within the differences where they're kind of connecting point to point and then point to point.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's absolutely it. And I like realized that at some point. And then also Cancer is moon ruled.
Right.
And so having the Sagittarius placement in the moon placement, that adds like this like legitimacy and this like nurturing of the emotions there.
Yes. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I also feel like having a sun in Cancer, no matter what other placements there are, if you're a Cancer, the way that we use the terminology,
Sure.
it is always really interesting because Cancer and the moon do go together.
Yeah.
And so you have your moon in something else, or maybe it's also in Cancer, right?
Sure.
But there's always an interesting interplay with that, I feel like, you know? More so than every sign has a planetary ruler, of course.
Yeah.
But I think this one in particular with the moon, how it interacts with the sun is really significant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very cool little kind of symbiotic thing, and I liked that.
Yes. So I also thought right away about, I mean, obviously we can immediately see the differences here. Like we've
Yes.
already named Cancer being a water sign, Sagittarius being a fire sign.
Right.
We have Cancer being a cardinal sign, Sagittarius being a mutable sign, which I think kind of, I mean, is, you know, are quite different, but I think it's also interesting when you have the sun in a cardinal and the moon in a mutable. Like that makes a lot of sense.
That works.
That works,
Yeah,
right?
the sun is very sort of like authentic and sort of like forward thinking and starting, but the moon adapts. The moon adapts to that.
Exactly. So I thought that one made a lot of sense. And then the other part, though, where I think we start to see where maybe a challenge lies, is that Cancer is a personal sign, where Sagittarius is a transpersonal sign.
Yeah.
And you're sort of skipping the interpersonal.
Yes.
And I think that's where you're going to start to see there's a lot of like in here and a lot of like out there, but maybe not as easily right here.
That's so accurate.
Right?
It's so accurate. And it pretty much, just your explanation of that kind of sums up like the struggles that you will see.
Yes.
Which we can like name them a little bit more. But that really does kind of encapsulate what the struggle is here.
Yes. But let's get a little more detail.
Yes. Well, you've got this. What is so interesting is you have this emotional, sentimental, you know, core person with this really freedom-seeking, independent thinking, emotional core.
Right. Because, yes, the sun, the creator, the purpose of a self is in that healing, nurturing, kind of, even kind of shy kind of energy. It's not really out there. But yet it's the sun sign.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay. But then like you're saying, you have the moon, which is the emotional center of a person, being in this sign that is very freedom-seeking, that is very like expansive and adventurous. And so it is kind of this real push-pull, and almost like both directions are pushing and pulling with each other on different. Does this make sense?
It totally makes sense. I even wrote down push-pull.
Yeah.
I wrote down push-pull because I was like, okay, there's this, and it's push-pull, which, you know, is that Cancer wanting that reassurance and that security, that emotional grounding, right? And then, and Sag kind of like,
kind of being like, I don't want you to do that, though.
Please don't pursue me. I'm going to leave now. So it's that retreat. But both signs have the tendency to retreat.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what's interesting, too. Like, even the sentence that you just said, like, don't perceive me, I'm going to leave. I feel like that's actually Cancer said the first part, and Sag said the second part.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Because Sagittarius is also like, yeah, perceive me, I don't give a fuck. But then they're also like, but also I'm leaving.
But
like,
it's
both, you know? So, it's like...
It's totally both.
Right?
It's totally both. And it leads or reflects back on the thing that you said earlier about it, the interpersonal part
is kind of missing.
Is missing there because it's like, whoa. Like, no, I'm not doing that to you. But they're like either big picture out here thinking, or they're just so like, no, you were, and just in there that like there's like almost no getting through to this energy if that's what happens.
I think so, and I don't think they're in that energy all the time. No. Obviously, but in those moments, it's like this Cancer wants to contract and Sagittarius wants to expand,
Yeah.
but also the sun wants to expand and the moon wants to contract. And so they're, the push-pull.
Yeah.
And the push-pull is in each line, but also across lines.
I feel like, yes, I feel like this person probably is constantly vacillating between, I want this, but this is really me, but like, I can't do this, but yes, you can. I feel like, and maybe, I was thinking about it, maybe there's different periods of life where they're more in one mode and then kind of in another.
Totally.
Right? Because it's not like an everyday thing. Hopefully
I mean,
not.
it could be, depending on the rising sign.
I really hope not, but I can see that being like really sort of following that moon, that drive.
Yeah.
Sort of emotionality at some points in their life, and then at other times really pulling into their authentic self in their sun and sort of like controlling a little bit of the fire in the moon.
Yeah.
A bit, and controlling the urge.
Guiding it in a different way. Maybe, yes.
Like I am.
Instead of having it,
Yes.
be so out there.
You also said something, what did our card say? I am at home. Yeah, you also said something about how that applies.
Yes, exactly.
And then I was just thinking that for this person probably feels confusing at times as well. I think that home for them might be hard for them to define, or that they sometimes don't feel quite at home in here, and then they're seeking out like, where am I going to feel at home out here, but sometimes probably don't feel it out there, and then it's back in here, and that can probably be hard for them to really root in and find the place that they truly belong. I would say that might be a struggle.
Yes, and I'm like, like my heart just starts to like open up to that. Like I'm just like, like it's so hard. And I mean, I know I said a second ago, a lot of this, and of course the caveat to everything we talk about is always like, it depends on so many other placements too.
Of course.
And particularly in these sun and moon kind of analyses, the rising sign is going to have a huge influence on all of this. But I just think, God, like it could either like help or like really hurt for this person.
It could.
Like just imagining like if they had like an Aquarius rising and they're trying to do like, no, like that would be so difficult. So
yeah, it would be. Yeah. I know. The other thing that I wrote down, which I think is so true, I feel like this person would have no poker face. Like this person would not be able to hide
it's
their
like
emotions.
They have their heart on their sleeve, but they also don't even have a sleeve.
100%.
Like they're just like, it's here, I don't know.
Yeah, and then like, what do you think? I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just going to tell you this. And then it would be like this thing. And then everyone's like, whoa, like, whoa.
Okay. So this is where I think like even the title of Why Are You Like This? It's like if you know somebody that's a Cancer and you know what a Cancer is, quote unquote, supposed to kind of channel and be like that nurturing, gentle, like kind of quieter, but really emotional, sensitive person.
Yeah.
If you find a person but they also can be like kind of really quick to like get not a temper even, but just really quick to like say things and really quick to kind of make decisions that almost seem really rash and kind of like try to like just get really away from situations like in a way that feels very startling. Because look, Cancers also want to retreat, but they do it in like a real gentle kind of a pull it back way. So anyway, if you know someone that's like that, it could be because they have a Sag moon.
Yeah. Because I feel like there could be, especially if they feel really emotionally wronged or hurt or something, I feel like there could be that tendency to explosiveness because Sagittarius is blunt.
And you don't have a Cancer sun, but you have a Sagittarius moon.
I know.
So, just saying, some of this, as usual, is from personal experience.
And if you're pushed, like it can be mean, and sometimes it's usually not just for that, but it's because the retreating part of that Sagittarius nature is to push away and to get away. And so sometimes you'll do that. So the only way to get somebody away is to like hurt them so that they get away from you.
And I think that Cancer is going to feel really bad about that.
Horrible about that.
And hopefully, I think part of an evolution for this person would be to be able to come back around and be like, hey, this is what I said and did, and I'm sorry. Because I feel like the Cancer is going to perhaps make them avoidant of doing that, which might mean that they have more permanent ruptures and they don't want that. So, you know, again, developing an understanding, compassion if you have someone in your life with this. But if you are that person, like maybe it's okay to go back to someone. And even if you're full of embarrassment and you're full of even like shame and regret over your own behavior, if it's a relationship you value and it's not a person who's just walking all over you, that you can go back to them and be like, man, I really messed up with that. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
You know? I think that's a huge growth point for like a lot of people in a lot of ways, but I think it applies here.
I agree. I really do. And I think that this person has the potential to be like an incredibly emotionally mature person.
Absolutely. And even, tons of empathy.
Oh my God, so much empathy, so much wisdom with the Sag side, like the empathy with the Cancer side and the wisdom and expansive thinking and perspective taking of the Sag side can really come together to be like quite an amazing person in terms of that. And probably dealing with the ways that they've messed up and then reconciling that, and you know, that makes you very emotionally mature because you're speaking from a place of experience and you're owning that.
Absolutely. And I do think, of course, anything like that is going to be challenging, but I think these placements are really primed for that type of learning and evolution in their lives.
They value it. They really value like being better.
Yes.
Yes.
No, definitely. And I don't know. I feel like, you're right. I think you said this at the top, but like we always just come to this place of being like, oh, I love them. Like, even if we don't know who they are,
always.
We're like, oh.
Every time we're like, oof, like, oh.
I know. It's like, it just reminds me, like, it's not easy to be a person at all.
No.
And it's like, oh, these challenges, which I don't have these particular challenges personally, but, you know, I do have my own. And I'm like, oh, this is theirs. Oh.
I know. But knowing it, you know, is such a big part of addressing it and doing something and pulling it into balance. And that's why we say these things, not to like make fun of you or shame you or anything like that. I mean, that's why we talk about any of this stuff at all. It is very much to just give you information and knowledge so that you can step into your power with that, because all of these things are superpowers. This person can be a complete powerhouse, superpower, leader, teacher, like
I see teaching in this person's life quite a lot, actually. And in any form, whether it's formal or informal, just kind of being that type of person that's like a guide or a mentor or, you know, can like really identify like a part of themselves that fills that role. I can see that a lot.
I agree too. And I think they would value it, like reaching a lot of people, like, but not fully committing to them for like the rest of their lives. Like, I think that I think Cancer Sun would love, like, I'm doing a lot of good in the world, and it's sort of like adding up like all of the good that I'm putting out there. Like, and then the Sag side is like, but I have these people for a short period of time. I impart what I do, and then they move on.
Yeah, and they're also like, the more people, the better. And then we're not that personal with any of them.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to get, and then then yay, no commitment.
Yeah, exactly. And we're helping everyone. It's wonderful.
And it's so true. It's perfect. You need that energy, you know, and that would help you be like such a good person in that capacity, because you do need to be someone that kind of is able to move on and not attach yourself totally. And that's the best way to be a teacher, you know, is to not put too much of yourself personally into.
Because I mean, especially if it's your job, it is still just your job, and you're supposed to have a self that's separate from that.
Exactly.
So, anyways, that's all good. No, I love this. I love this series.
Yeah,
we'll be coming at you with another one sometime real soon. So
yes, we will.
Stay tuned. And until next time,
stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.
Dumb Witch Club is written and hosted by us, Ashley Sidner
and Jackie Gerard, at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer. Art direction by Violet Turner. Culture consultant Jane Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. Look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including TikTok and Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.